Ole, Ola, and Howlin. This is Phantom Strider. Welcome back, traveler. Throughout the years, the fine country of Mexico has produced some unique, spectacularly awful cartoons. Much like Mexican food, these cartoons are spicy, dirty, bizarre, and likely to cause violent diarrhea. So put some sunblock on, check for rifle fire, and let's check out the top 6 worst Mexican cartoons. And as always, if you do like these cartoons, that's great. I'm just a silly foreign weirdo, and I'm glad you can enjoy something that I can't. Anyway, on to the countdown. Number 5. Descontrol. Translation, out of control. The name suits it well, because the animation looks more like out-of-control arm spasms the animators were having while trying to draw drag queens. And to top it off, we have voices loud, grating, and obnoxious enough to be mistaken for Spanish war cries. And throughout all of it, unfunny, tasteless, smutty pop culture references are being shoved in our face. It's so grainy and fugly that it looks more like a drag act done by the local village idiot during a sandstorm, followed by a demented acid trip. Did the creators just give up halfway? Is this just us watching their mental breakdowns as they realize the maddening terror that has become their lives? Descontrol is basically a bunch of badly performed, unpleasantly voiced, ugly pop culture skits strung together in bogus patterns, making all the sense of a Norwegian llama's biography. Fortunately, a Spanish friend was kind enough to give me a perfect translation for this cartoon. So I can say with certainty that Soya en camisa roja con impinchazo, de ninja con estúpido a mi voz. That seemed awfully long for this cartoon is bad. Number 4. El Chavo Animado, which roughly translates to The Boy, the animated series. Oh, come on, it literally sounds like a duck is being strangled in the intro. Little did we know that Madeline had a contorted Spanish badly drawn cousin. El Chavo and all his friends walk like robots with all the lip-syncing skill of Tommy Wiseau. The name El Chavo Animado tends to incite pitchforks and revolutionary cries in Mexico, since this catastrophe of animation is based off Mexico's most beloved sitcom, El Chavo. Let's take a look at this fine sitcom beloved by Mexicans all around the country.
¿Y ahora qué te pasa?
I have no idea what they were smoking either. El Chavo's adventures tend to revolve around his nonsensical, shoddily drawn antics in the classroom and his shoddily dubbed wordplay.
I am not Professor, nor is my last name Sausage. I'm Sausage and my last name is Professor.
It honestly feels like the translators didn't know Spanish either, so they just strung a bunch of random words onto paper and just had whatever anime double was unemployed at the time spout these words into a microphone. Lazy flash animation and a nonsensical story. It would take some sort of Mexican scientific genius to spot a coherent sentence, yet alone a joke from El Chavo. And the third worst Mexican cartoon is Huevo Cartoon. Translation, egg cartoon. You know, an astounding, revolutionary concept for a cartoon? An egg. In fact, this egg cartoon got 3 movies, a TV series, and a video game. I am dead serious. Your average episode has 15 million views. Am I missing something? First, a badly drawn French crocodile gets 65 million views, then talking eggs get 15 million? And don't forget to subscribe, senor. I just do not understand the internet anymore. Maybe Mexicans just really like eggs? It's just a parody of daily situations with an obscene amount of egg jokes. And not just any egg jokes, but dark egg jokes. Doesn't Humpty Dumpty qualify as a dark egg joke? He fell off the wall and they couldn't put him back together again. It's a dark tragedy. And it's still more humorous and interesting than these egg flashes. Egg cartoon was excruciating. I do not exaggerate. Yeah, those were pretty bad, sorry. And the second worst Mexican cartoon is Poncho Balon. Translation, soccer ball. Even the name just sounds like someone expelled gas into the microphone. I just don't get why all these Mexican cartoons keep relying on this butt-ugly flash animation. Poncho Balon seems to revolve around a vulgar soccer ball who wants to travel to the World Cup. Along the way, he will make you question the value of every gross-out joke you have ever heard. The opening in particular reaches that special level of fanboy and chum-chum annoying, promising us an entourage of fart jokes and bottom-rung animation awaiting us. I think this show needed more good old hard-working Mexicans, because even the most untalented Mexican could do a better job animating this Filipino sweatshop train wreck of a splotch. And the number one worst Mexican cartoon is La Familia del Barrio. I honestly couldn't find a translation for this one. My guess is it means ugly drag act. If you thought our MTV was bad, you've yet to see the dreaded Mexican MTV. Every Mexican's reliable source for entertainment that makes them want to play Russian roulette with their faces. If you like gross-out jokes, toilet jokes, and 80-year-old strippers, then do I have a cartoon for you. Someone seems to have made a fatter, chibi version of Nutshack and then hired a bunch of monkeys to write the script. The first thing you may notice is that these voices sound like a squealing cat mulched together with a howling dog translated into Spanish.
Pues que estaba en mi casa y me estaba comiendo un chocolatito.
Even translated, the characters just seem to moan through a bunch of shock humor and gross-out jokes that generally revolve around the toilet or 80-year-old strippers. Del Barrio seems to try and represent the poor families of Mexico, often known as chilangos in Mexico. But this seems like an insult to any species of the human race, yet alone chilangos. They constantly swear in Mexican like bankrupt, badly dressed Mexican sailors. And it's all done in that cheap sneeze on a paper style that makes them all look like strategically shaved orangutans. Del Barrio is hideous, it's stupid, it's crude, and it has all the charm of a drunken, belching hobo. I personally consider it the number one worst Mexican cartoon. But as the Mexicans say, al mal tiempo buena cara. And these cartoons probably just have cultural barriers that I don't understand. And some of these animations are well loved across Mexico. So even if a silly foreigner like me can't understand them, I'm glad these cartoons are able to give joy to Mexicans across the land. Do you have a particular country's cartoons you'd like me to check out? If so, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also, a special thanks to my Mexican friend Mia, who helped me discover some of these crazy Mexican shows. And as always, adios amigos, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.